In the latest ground updates that we are getting for you from the war is that Israeli Defense Forces have now released a statement saying that the IDF have completed a fresh wave of airstrikes targeting infrastructure of the Iranian terror regime in Tehran. The IDF stated that the operation hit key military and regime targets in the Iranian capital as part of its ongoing campaign to dismantle Iran's weapons production and terror infrastructure. Joining us on this broadcast to discuss the various developments from the ground is Major General Sudhakar Ji, VSM, Senior Geopolitical, Strategic, International Affairs and Defense Expert, and Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav, who is a Foreign Affairs Expert. I thank you both for taking out your time, and a very warm welcome back to General Sudhakar on this broadcast. General Sudhakar, we have always obviously been discussing since morning what the next options really will be for the US and for Iran, given that the Tuesday deadline is looming large. But I also want to understand, General Sudhakar, do you believe now, we were talking about a war of attrition, where US keeps pounding Iran, Israel keeps hitting targets in Iran, and we are going to check how long Iran can hold. But right now, it seems to be, because you also pointed out in your earlier narrative how it is impacting the global economic scenario. So obviously, this has now become a war of attrition for how long Iran can sustain the war, or how long the world can sustain with the fuel crisis that we are in fact seeing, because hostilities on the ground, General Sudhakar, like we have just pointed out, will continue, and starting Tuesday, we might just look at it intensifying.
Absolutely. Shivani, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me again. And my compliments to the distinguished co-panelist, Mr. Srivastav. You see, firstly, the staying power, stamina. The central question that you're asking is how long Iran will be able to withstand this kind of punishment. You see, Iran as a country, we need to understand it's a civilizational country, one. And number two, it has had an experience of long battles. When you take your mind back, Iran was attacked by Iraq sometime in 1980, and it carried on till 88, 8 long years. So that experience is there. Plus, off and on, there have been border skirmishes and some trouble or the other. The Kurdish people, they have been raising insurgency and demanding autonomy. So likewise, there have been troubles. But the best part is that here is a case the country has prepared for past 20, 25 years. And they knew that it was coming. So the economy may be experiencing a meltdown, that I agree. And people are suffering, they're actually going through a very serious hardship. That is where their friends like Russia, China, they would be coming in for help. That's what I raised the point. There is a train line 10,400 kilometers between Tehran and Beijing. So what is coming from Beijing then? This kind of assistance, I suspect, would be coming. Russia also would be coming in a big way to assist. And the humanitarian assistance, and to the best of my knowledge, India has started giving humanitarian assistance to Iran. And so much so, there was no drinking water. The desalination plant had been hit. Somebody was mentioning that Iran is not affected. Iran is, of course, affected. Tehran was supposed to have been evacuated last year or this year because it's suffering acute shortage of drinking water. So the sea water is being desalinated and sent. Now, when you come to the military might, this is where the point comes. I personally feel my take on the whole issue is that the staying power of Iran has been underestimated. Their surge capacity of production of military inventory also has not been factored in correctly. They have been miscalculated. And plus the support which they would be getting. Iran as a country has got a ghost fleet, 477 aging fleets with a disabled transponder. They changed the identity, they changed the flag, And this fleet, 132 of them, I think more, 130, 177 more have been added 2 days back. So these ships are used, they're employed to actually transport discounted oil under fraudulent documents and forgery. They go to an island east of Singapore, Richau archipelago. They carry out ship to ship kind of transportation. This has been going on, rather, it has picked up momentum from 2018, ever since the sanctions were tripled
Imposed.
or
Yeah.
quadrupled on Iran. So, under these circumstances, I personally feel the staying power definitely is going to be taking the hammering, but they have the resilience, they have shown it in the past. As a country, they will be able to withstand lots of punishment coming their way. Back to
Okay.
you, Shiv.
All right. Very pertinent points